The scent of expensive cologne and cigarette smoke hung heavy in the air of the upscale restaurant where I worked, a toxic cloud that seemed to follow me from table to table. My feet ached in the mandatory black heels, and the tight pencil skirt restricted my movements as I balanced 3 plates of overpriced pasta on my forearm. 6 months at Bissimo, and I still wasn't used to the uniform or the way some customers eyed me like I was just another item on the menu. Table 7 needs more wine. Marco, the floor manager, hissed as he passed, his eyes narrowing at my brief pause to catch my breath. I nodded quickly, my heart pounding against my ribs. 6 more hours of this shift. 6 more hours until I could pick up Emma from my neighbor's apartment and hold my 4-year-old daughter close, inhaling the strawberry shampoo scent of her hair instead of this suffocating mix of perfume and desperation. The restaurant buzzed with Friday night energy, couples on dates, businessmen sealing deals over bourbon, wealthy families celebrating milestones without a thought for those serving them. I kept my head down, trying to be invisible yet attentive enough to earn decent tips. Every dollar counted now that I was raising Emma alone. "Excuse me, miss." A woman with diamond earrings the size of grapes raised a manicured finger. "This risotto is overcooked." "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll have the kitchen prepare a new one right away." I took the barely touched plate, wondering if her complaint was genuine or if she simply enjoyed the power of sending food back. As I turned toward the kitchen, the front doors swung open, letting in a blast of autumn air that chilled my spine. And then I saw him, David, my ex-husband. My body froze, the plate nearly slipping from my grasp. He hadn't seen me yet. He was speaking to the hostess, one hand casually in the pocket of his tailored suit. He looked good, too good for someone who had abandoned his family, drained our accounts before vanishing for months, only to return with divorce papers and a new girlfriend. Panic rose in my throat like bile. I couldn't face him. Not here, not now. Not in this humiliating uniform while he stood there looking like he owned the world he'd stolen from me. I scanned the room desperately for an escape. The kitchen was on the far side of the dining area. I'd have to walk right past him. The hostess was checking the reservation book. Any second, she'd lead him to a table, and he'd spot me. His eyes would widen in mock surprise, then that smirk would appear. The one saying he'd won, dining in luxury while I serve. In a split-second decision, I abandoned the rejected risotto on a nearby empty table and moved swiftly toward the bar, where a group of well-dressed men sat with their backs to the entrance. Without thinking, I slid into the empty spot beside a broad-shouldered man in a dark suit and, in pure desperation, grabbed his hand resting on the counter. The hand I seized was warm, unexpectedly soft yet firm, with a heavy gold signet ring on the pinky. I felt the man stiffen beside me, but I couldn't look at him yet. My eyes were locked on David, now scanning the restaurant, nodding to the hostess. "I'm so sorry," I whispered urgently to the stranger whose hand I clutched like a lifeline. "My ex-husband just walked in, and I just can't deal with him right now. Please, just for a minute, pretend you know me." I finally turned to face the man whose personal space I'd so rudely invaded, and my breath caught. Dark eyes met mine, intensely brown, almost black in the bar's dim light. Deep set under straight brows, observant and eerily calm, like a predator deciding if prey was worth pursuing. His face was sharp angles, high cheekbones, strong jaw shadowed by 5 o'clock stubble, lips pressed in a thin line of surprise or displeasure. I couldn't tell. Older than me, early 40s perhaps, with salt and pepper temples enhancing his authoritative aura. For a terrifying moment, he said nothing, just studied me with those unsettling eyes. Then something shifted, an internal decision. "Alessandra," he said, his low voice rumbling, sending an unexpected shiver down my spine. Not a question, but a statement, as if naming me on the spot. "I was wondering where you disappeared to." His accent was subtle but unmistakable, Mediterranean, perhaps Italian. The slight roll of the R in wondering, making the ordinary word exotic. Relief washed over me as I released a held breath. "Sorry to keep you waiting," I managed, my voice steadier than expected. From the corner of my eye, David was being led across the restaurant. He hadn't noticed me yet, but time was short in the open space. The stranger followed my gaze, eyes narrowing on David. Then, with practiced smoothness, he shifted to shield me, releasing my hand only to place his on the small of my back, protective and possessive. Despite myself, I leaned into it, grateful for cover. "Is that him?" he asked, breath warm against my ear. I nodded. "Former husband?" Another nod. "Recent?" "A year?" "But he's been difficult," I whispered. Something dangerous flashed in his eyes, gone so fast I might have imagined it, his hand pressing firmer. "Vincent!" A voice called behind us. I noticed the other men at the bar watching curiously. One, tall with a jawline scar, seemed especially interested, gaze calculating between us. "Not now, Enzo," Vincent replied without looking away from me. His tone brooked no argument. Enzo backed down, muttering to the others. I became acutely aware of the strange dynamic I'd stumbled into. These weren't ordinary businessmen. Their posture, deference to Vincent, the wide berth other patrons gave them unconsciously, all spoke of something more. "Your name," Vincent said softly, eyes holding mine. "Your real one." I hesitated, giving it felt intimate, dangerous. But he'd helped without question, and I still clutched his arm like driftwood in a storm. "Lily," I said finally. "Lily Cooper." Approval flickered across his face. "Lily," he repeated, testing it. "You work here?" I nodded, suddenly embarrassed by my waitress uniform, the desperation that led me here. "I should get back. You're afraid," he interrupted, cutting through my retreat. "Not just of seeing your ex. You're afraid of something else." Not a question, but his accuracy startled me. How could he know about overdue rent, David's lawyer, threats over custody, sleepless nights wondering how to rebuild my shattered life? Before I could respond, David stood, heading toward restrooms, path passing the bar. "He's coming this way," I whispered, panic rising. Vincent's response was immediate, a subtle gesture, and Enzo smoothly intercepted David, accidentally bumping him, steering him another way. I stared at Vincent in shock. "How did you need to leave?" he asked, ignoring my question. "I can't. My shift ends in hours. I need this job, the money." The admission tasted bitter. Vincent's eyes scanned my face, exhaustion, worry, perhaps the faint bruise makeup couldn't hide, David's parting gift when I'd refused him Emma while drunk. "What time do you finish?" "Midnight." I replied automatically, regretting sharing it. He nodded decisively. "I'll wait." "No, that's not necessary." "You've helped enough. I'll wait," he repeated, firmer. "You shouldn't be alone if he lingers." A throat cleared. Marco glared, eyes darting between us, anger mixed with nervousness. "Cooper, table 12's been waiting for their check 10 minutes. His usual bite tempered by Vincent's presence. "I'm sorry. She was assisting me," Vincent cut in smoothly, voice dropping to make Marco step back. "I believe I requested her specifically." Marco paled. "Mr. Russo, I didn't realize." "Of course, sir. Take all the time you need, Lily." He retreated, throwing a nervous glance back. Mr. Russo. The name meant nothing to me, but clearly everything to Marco, who'd never used my first name or shown flexibility. "You know my boss?" Confusion overrode my anxiety about David. A slight smile touched Vincent's lips, not reaching his eyes. "I know many people in this city." Not really an answer, but his tone ensured no clearer one. "I really should get back to work," I said, reluctantly pulling away from his protective proximity. "But thank you, truly." Vincent reached into his jacket, pulling out a heavy cream card with just a name and number embossed in dark ink. "Vincent Russo. If he approaches you, call this number immediately," he said, closing my fingers around it. "Anytime." I nodded, slipping it into my apron pocket, aware I was accepting something more significant than a phone number. His gaze followed me as I returned to duties, comforting yet unsettling. For the rest of my shift, I moved hyper-aware of two things: David, thankfully absorbed in his date with an unrecognizable blonde, and Vincent, whose commanding bar presence altered the room's atmosphere. Occasionally, our eyes met across the space, a strange current passing, gratitude, curiosity, something unnamed and dangerous. What I didn't realize then, delivering plates and filling glasses with trembling hands, was that in desperate need, I hadn't grabbed any stranger's hand. I'd grabbed Vincent Russo's, a man whose name was whispered in fear citywide, whose dealings stayed hidden, whose enemies vanished without trace. I'd grabbed a Mafia boss's hand, unknowingly entangling my fate with his. As midnight approached, my anxiety spiraled. Vincent and his men had left the bar an hour earlier for a private back room. I told myself I felt relief at his departure, relief to focus on work, that the inexplicable stomach-coiling tension when his dark eyes found mine had dissipated. But counting tips in the break room, barely enough for Emma's daycare 3 days, I couldn't deny the disappointment weighing on me. He'd said he'd wait. I'd believed him. Realizing I'd trusted a stranger's words angered me. Hadn't I learned from David's broken promises? I changed in the cramped employee bathroom, pulling on worn jeans and a once soft sweater now pilled from washes. My smudged mirror reflection looked exhausted. Dark circles under eyes that had forgotten sparkle, hair in a practical ponytail sharpening worry-carved angles. "You okay, Lily?" asked Tara, another waitress, applying fresh lipstick. "You seem distracted tonight." "I'm fine," I lied, words so familiar they fell automatically. "Just tired." She nodded sympathetically. "Don't forget your coat. It's gotten cold." I thanked her, grabbing my thin jacket, mentally calculating the bus schedule. The last bus to my neighborhood left in 20 minutes. If I hurried, I'd make it. Alternative, 30-minute walk through areas I avoided after dark. Marco waited by the employee exit, counting register cash. He looked up, usual disdain replaced by respect or fear. "Cooper," he said, clearing his throat. "Mr. Russo left this for you." He handed a thick, heavy envelope. I stared, uncomprehending. "What is it?" Marco shrugged, eyes fixed on it. "He said you'd need a ride home." Before I could respond, the door opened, cold air blasting in with tall Enzo. In better light, his scar was longer, from ear nearly to chin, and pale blue eyes striking against olive skin. "Miss Cooper," he nodded slightly. "Mr. Russo sent me to drive you home." My pulse quickened. "That's not necessary. I can take the bus." Enzo's expression unchanged. "The last bus left 10 minutes ago." I checked my watch, alarmed. He was right. I'd lost time counting tips, now stranded. "I can walk," I insisted, though cold, long journey made tired feet protest. "Mr. Russo was quite clear," Enzo replied, tone indicating no request. "The car is waiting." I hesitated, clutching the envelope. Every instinct said decline, maintain boundary between my desperate world and Vincent's dangerous realm. But practical reality, exhausted, miles from home, temperature dropping, decided for me. "Fine," I conceded. "Thank you." Marco watched curiously. I imagined tomorrow's rumors. Single mom nobody waitress, somehow connected to Vincent Russo. I didn't yet understand the connection's significance, but Marco's reaction said it was substantial. I followed Enzo to the parking lot where a sleek black SUV with tinted windows idled, engine quietly purring. He opened the back door. I slid onto buttersoft leather seats against my jeans. "Your address?" Enzo asked from the driver's seat, eyes meeting mine in the rear view. I hesitated again, letting this stranger know where Emma and I lived made skin crawl. But he waited patiently, no pressure, just expecting compliance. Finally, I gave it, watching for reaction to the city's poorest neighborhood where rent was barely affordable. His expression impassive as he pulled out, backseat privacy. I opened Marco's envelope. Inside, cash stack, more than 2-week shifts, and a note in elegant slanted handwriting, "For your trouble tonight. The car will take you home safely. VR." I stared shocked, then stuffed it back, cheeks burning humiliation and anger. Did he think I'd faked the David situation as a con? Or worse, that I was buyable? "I can't accept this," I said tightly to Enzo's reflection. "Please return it to Mr. Russo with thanks, but I can't take his money." Enzo's eyes flicked briefly to mine before road. That would be unwise. I don't care if it's unwise, I shot back, surprising myself with vehemence. I'm not for sale. Something like respect flickered across Enzo's stoic features. Mr. Russo doesn't pay for people, Miss Cooper. He compensates inconvenience or rewards loyalty. The distinction matters to him. His words paused me. I thought of Vincent intervening when David headed Bar Ward, making Marco deferential for the first time since I started at Bissimo. Why would he care about my inconvenience? I asked more to myself than Enzo. Enzo replied after silence, a question I cannot answer. We drove rest of way silently, city lights sliding over us like ghostly fingers from affluent downtown to dilapidated outskirts, where I lived. When Enzo stopped before my tired 5-story walk-up with graffiti lower walls, he exited to open my door with same formal courtesy as for a gala arrival. Mr. Russo would appreciate if you kept the envelope, he said as I stepped out, cold night air seeping through thin jacket. Consider it goodwill. I clutched it, conflicted. The money would cover next month's rent with leftover for Emma's winter boots. Practical mother part couldn't justify refusing out of pride. Thank him for the ride, I said finally, neither accepting nor rejecting outright. And for earlier. Enzo nodded once, handing identical small card to Vincent's earlier. Mr. Russo's private number, he suggested, keeping it safe. Before response, my attention drawn to parked car across street. Silver Audi I recognized instantly. Engine off, figure visible in driver's seat. David. Fear shot through like ice water. How had he found my new address? I'd been careful, moving across city, changing number after last drunken appearance, pounding door, screaming until neighbor called police. Enzo followed gaze, posture shifting subtly. Is that him, your ex? I nodded, unable to speak past throat tear knot. Without word, Enzo positioned between me and David's car view, hand briefly disappearing inside jacket before returning side. Go inside, Miss Cooper. Lock door. I'll ensure he doesn't follow. You don't have to, I insist, he cut, voice no argument room. Mr. Russo would be displeased if I left you unprotected. Word displeased carried weight, shivering my spine, not for my safety, but implying Vincent's potential reaction and power. I hurried inside, heart hammering as I climbed 4 flights to apartment. Mrs. Patel, elderly neighbor watching Emma night shifts, opened at my footsteps sound. She's sleeping, Mrs. Patel whispered, warmly smiling. Not a peep all night. Such good girl. Thank you, I breathed, hiding distress following her in. Emma curled on fold-out couch, dark curls spread pillow, small hand clutching tattered stuffed rabbit. Her peaceful face temporarily pushed fear away. I gathered her carefully not to wake, thanked Mrs. Patel again, carried Emma across hall to our apartment. Inside, I locked door, engaged flimsy chain, carried Emma to shared single bedroom. After tucking her, I moved to street overlooking window, cautiously peering through thin curtains. Enzo still beside SUV, tall figures streetlight illuminated, while David's Audi remained. Long moment, nothing. Then David's door opened. He stepped out. Even distance, belligerent shoulders, unsteady movement, drinking, hand instinctively reached phone for 911, but I watched frozen fascination as David approached Enzo. Couldn't hear words, but saw David gesturing wildly, pointing building, toward me. Enzo perfectly still, relaxed yet menacing posture. Then, startling speed, Enzo closed distance, leaning speak directly David's ear. Whatever said drained David's face color. He stumbled back, nearly tripping, hastening car return. Seconds, Audi engine roared. David sped away, tires squealing pavement. Enzo looked up then, directly my window, as if known I watched all along. Small nod before SUV return, tail lights disappearing corner. I sank floor beneath window, cash envelope still clutched, mind racing. What had I done grabbing Vincent Russo's hand? What world had I inadvertently stepped into? Sleep evaded that night. I lay beside Emma, listening, soft breathing, thoughts chaotic swirl, fear, gratitude, emotion I didn't want name. Dangerous curiosity about man whose intervention, at least tonight, kept David at bay. Morning came, soft rain patter window, and Emma's small hands patting cheeks. Mommy, wake up. It's Pancake Saturday. I force smile, pushing exhaustion. That's right, baby. Pancake Saturday it is. As Emma chattered wanted pancake shapes, I went morning routine autopilot, mind replaying previous night. Cash envelopes at refrigerator top were placed out Emma's reach and my direct sight, as if not seeing maid represented moral dilemma disappear. After breakfast, Emma engrossed favorite cartoon. I finally counted money properly. $5,000, more enough next month rent, leftover new winter clothes Emma, postponed dental work, still some left. Money could change everything, temporarily at least. From man who, if Marco's reaction and Enzo's deference indication, not someone I should involve with, that I still stared cash when phone buzzed unknown number text. Did you sleep well, Lily? VR. Heart leaped throat. How had he gotten my number? I hadn't given it him, or Enzo. Implication easy, personal information access chilled me. Yet traitorous warmth he bothered check. Before decide respond, another text. Your ex won't be problem anymore. Consider handled. Fingers hovered keyboard. Dozen responses forming dissolving mind. Finally typed, I don't know what Enzo said him, but thank you. I should tell you though, I can't accept money. Response immediate. We'll discuss tonight. 8 p.m. I'll send car. Not request statement. Assumption I'd comply. Presumption should angered, but instead anticipation flicker. Quickly smothered practical concerns. I can't. I have daughter. Longer pause, next text. Bring her. She'll be safe. I stared message, shock rendering momentarily speechless. Bring Emma meet man I knew nothing about. Man clearly involved law outside activities. Unthinkable. That's not possible.
I'm sorry.
This time pause, stretched long thought given up. Then, your daughter remain Enzo's sister, Maria, garden room. She's certified child care provider. UI dine separately. This important, Lily. Please. The please caught off guard. First-time communications included resembling request rather command. Beyond, thoroughness planning, certified provider, suggested anticipated objections. Mommy, can I have juice? Emma's voice pulled thoughts. As poured apple juice favorite faded princess, sippy cup, weighed options. Could refuse Vincent's invitation, somehow return money, hope David permanently scared off. Or meet Vincent, understand exactly transpired, perhaps gain clarity why powerful man taken such interest my problems. Here you go, sweetheart, I said, handing Emma juice. How would you feel little adventure tonight, dragons? She asked hopefully. Brown eyes like mine. Wide excitement. I smiled, smoothing wild curls. Maybe not dragons, but might garden. As Emma returned cartoon chattering gardens flowers, picked phone typed response, hoped not regret. We'll be ready 8. The black SUV arrived precisely at 8 p.m., idling before my rundown building like a sleek shadow. From the window, I watched Enzo scan the street with practiced vigilance before approaching. Who's that man, Mommy? Emma asked, peering around my legs. Dressed in her purple corduroy dress, leggings, and light-up sneakers, her curls tamed into braids. My hands had trembled doing them. Our driver tonight, I said, smoothing my simple black wrap dress, the only nice one left from my life with David. We're dining at a special place. Emma nodded solemnly, clutching her stuffed rabbit. And I play in a garden with a nice lady while you talk to your friend. Friend felt wrong for Vincent, savior, threat, both perhaps a sharp knock. Emma ran to the door. Emma, wait. But she'd opened it chain wide. Hello, she chirped at Enzo, fearless. Are you the dragon? Enzo's stern face softened. He crouched. No dragons tonight, little one, he said gently. But ice cream for good girls who listen. Emma beamed. I'm very good listener. The best. I agreed, unlatching the chain. Enzo nodded. Pleasure, Miss Emma. Car waiting. Princess car, she asked, taking his massive hand trustingly. Something like that. Faint amusement in his voice. I grabbed my purse and Emma's backpack, coloring books, clothes, habit from David's unpredictability. Locking the door, doubt screamed. What mother brings her child to a man like Vincent Russo? But David had backed down for the first time in a year, genuine fear in his eyes. That made me step into the unknown. The SUV was luxurious. Plush leather, tinted windows. Emma bounced as Enzo secured her booster. Cup holders, she exclaimed. I smiled, stomach-twisting anxiety. Very fancy, baby. Enzo drove. Mr. Russo, looking forward seeing you again. I nodded silently. Lights blurred from poor neighborhood to affluent. Where going? I asked on exclusive tree-lined avenue. Mr. Russo's residence. His home, not restaurant. Intimacy and vulnerability hit. No easy escape. Gated property, high wall, flowering vines. Guard nodded. Gates opened. Driveway through manicured gardens to breathtaking glass stone mansion. Windows glowing warmly. Wow, Emma whispered. King lives here. Something like that. Enzo parked. Door opened. Petite woman, olive skin. Dark bun. Simple blouse. Gold cross emerged. Lily? Emma? I'm Maria. Warm, musical accent like Vincent's. Emma shy, but waved. Thank you, watching Emma. Maria's touch reassuring. Pleasure. Vincent said, special girl. Crouched. Garden room, light up flowers. Teddy bear waiting friend. Meet him. Emma's shyness vanished. Yes. Can I, mommy? Hesitated, separating in unfamiliar place. Maria sensed. Visible whole time. Cameras everywhere. Perfectly safe. Should comforted. Reinforce strangeness. Life needing constant surveillance. Go ahead, baby. Kissing forehead. Right here if need. I'll find mommy. Exasperated confidence. Talk friend now. Skipped off Maria, chattering flowers, teddy bears. Stood vast hall Enzo. Mr. Russo library. This way. Led through soaring ceilings, museum art, quiet confident wealth. Paused carved wooden doors. Values privacy. What's see here stays between you him. Clear message. Understand. Enzo nodded, opened door, library breathtaking, towering bookshelves, wrought iron staircase, fire crackling. Vincent turned, heart stuttered. Striking, tall, broad, charcoal suit perfect, dark hair combed, power radiating undeniable. Lily, accented voice shivered spine. Thank you coming. Door closed, a lone far-known world. Home beautiful. Safer than questions. Smile touch lips. Thank you. Drink. Shook head. Clear head Emma. Approval dark eyes. Of course. Sit. Near fire armchairs. Perched edge, hands folded hiding tremble. Vincent sat, fluid controlled. Close. Faint lines, scar eyebrow humanized perfection. Afraid. Observed. No need. Not me. Don't know you. Voice found. But enough understand, not just businessman. Vincent, gentle. Tonight, simply man dining beautiful woman interests him. Heat cheeks directness. Why interested me? Studied intense, not unkind. Strong woman, alone child, multiple jobs, surviving obstacles. Underestimate worth. Words stirred dormant. After David's belittlement, speechless, leaned forward. Grabbed hand did rare thing. What? Whisper. Surprised me. Genuine smile. My world surprise rare. You pure instinct refreshing. Change subject. What Enzo said David? Worked. Hardened. If approach again, unimaginable consequences. Believed. Matter of fact. Coward prays weaker. Real power crumbles. Stay away? Yes. Under my protection now. Conflicting. Relief, apprehension. Appreciate but can't indebted. Too much. Not looking repayment. Everyone wants something. Nodded. Want simple. Dinner conversation company freely given. Just dinner skepticism. Amusement. For now. Enjoy presence honesty rare. Knock. Butler dinner served. Vincent extended hand. Shall we? Place mine his. Led terrace overlooking gardens. Table 2 fine china candles. Through glass Emma playing glowing flowers, laughter audible, easing anxiety. Safe. Maria's sister. Trust most children. Sister? Nodded. Teacher before events, safer privately. 8 lighter topics, easy talk, attentive, genuine interest Emma. Dessert, almost forgotten circumstances. Almost. Ex-husband more leave, didn't he? Jared. Flinch, dropped plate, bruise, fear, terror.
Shame.
Wasn't always bad. Beginning charming. After Emma changed, drank angry. Silent pace. First hit, cried, promised never. Believed. Third, no tears, accusations provoked, deserved. No one deserves. Low, dangerous. Tried, leave, found, broke, wrist, threatened, kill, take Emma. Hand, heightened, glass, anger. Finally away, met younger, filed divorce, left debts, ignored order. Met gaze. Until Enzo worked better. Silent, traced, bruise. Never again. Not while breathe. Intensity shifted inside, wall crumbling, possibilities closed. Why stranger? Withdrew, lingering. Tired people want something. Saw, reminded who before. Gestured, home life. Before became now. Sad smile. Yes. What are you? Think no. Suspected, outside law. Matter tonight? Footsteps, Emma burst. Flowers changed colors, Teddy talks. Shy Vincent. Smiled, softening. Hello, Emma Vincent. Mother told, brave, smart. King Castle. Laughed, warm. Not King Big House. Yawned. Bedtime. Smoothing curls. Come tomorrow, flowers? Crouched, careful. Whenever want. You mother, always welcome. Nodded, Maria, lead away. Turned. Remarkable your spirit. Thank you, everything me. Family, everything. Walked, entrance, notice, limp, humanizing. Door, half asleep, Maria, arms. Instructed, Enzo, car turned. Like, see again, not obligation, just us knowing better. Should know, but nodded. Like, too. Relief, satisfaction. Small box. Gift, nothing extravagant. Tucked purse. Thank you. Hand, lips, old world, natural. Until next, Lily Cooper. Enzo drove, Emma sleeping, opened box, delicate bracelet, tiny key card. New beginnings, VR. Slipped wrist, cool skin, lights, blur window. Didn't know tomorrow, unexpected connection, lead. New first years, beyond fear, exhaustion, hope point, 3 months, fateful night, grabbed, stranger, desperation. Months, texts, dinners, boundaries. Knowing Vincent, man, power, whispered name. Still restaurant, promoted, better tips. No David since Enzo, dropped custody, West Coast. Bracelet, rarely left, key possibilities, afraid embrace. Mommy, Vincent house again, braiding, preschool. Maria, fountain. Soon, Vincent busy. Away, weeks, texts, flowers, clockwork. Boyfriend. Hands, faltered. Complicated. Grown-ups don't know, answer, laughed, didn't know. Meals, conversations, touches, hand, back, fingers, wine. Never pushed, respected, distance, undeniable, grew. New pieced. Hushed calls, men, perimeter, people treated differently, connection. Powerful, outside law. Should running. But listen, dreams, college, remembered Emma, ice cream, parents, grief, ached. Difficult, distance. After preschool, apartment, black envelope, door, Vincent handwriting. Returned early, like C. Matters, discuss. Enzo 7, agreeable, Emma, welcome, Maria, apartment instead. Formality, unease, ominous. Tired, hesitation? Else. Mrs. Patel, watch, serious tone, conversation without daughter. 7, SUV, Vincent himself, charcoal, suit, shoulders. Heart stuttered. Vincent, wasn't expecting yourself. Hand, warmth. Wanted soon, possible. Eyes searched. Beautiful, always. Car, silence, preoccupied, distant. All, write notes, serious.
Softening.
Sorry, worried, serious, nothing, fear, thought, private. Secluded, beach house, cliffs, ocean, smaller, intimate, glasswood. Beautiful, lead, fire, windows, sea. Mother's favorite, think, remember, beneath. Touched, rarely, past, glimpses, precious. Wine, couch, windows, bracelet, key, gleaming. Wear it, pleasure. Every day, reminds, possibilities. Darkened, set, glass-faced. Months, unexpected, grabbed hand, never imagined, lead. Race, anticipation. Where led, breath. Thinking constantly, strength, grace, love, daughter. Known many, none like. Embrace, tension, more. Things kept not deception, hope, just Manel Sam. No Vincent guessed enough.
Widened.
Organized crime, strange, true. Defer security, power, obvious attention. Guarded. Knowing allowed life Emma's. Struggled every day and take Emma disappear, deeper world.
Pain.
Decided.
Key wrist.
Smarter no. Eyes. Unable walk away Vincent Russo. Relief entwining fingers. Else tell real reason tonight. Tensed revelation. Leaving life, simply, least expected. Mean. Circles palm. Year extracting interests control trusted legitimizing severing. Why? Tired shoulder friend enemy. Intense vulnerable. Months you Emma urgency want different never possible me. Hope fragile. Want. Life dinner bodyguards shield parts am. Lower. Life you'll have me. Sincerity breath. Walk away possible. Nearly done complications risks, kept promises couldn't. Risks. Darkened. Not happy weakness betrayal incident weak dissuade. Fear. Hurt. No back early see safe ask important. Small box breath caught. Not marriage yet presumptuous unresolved promise. Opened sapphire platinum understated. Grandmothers give woman strength courage. Intense. No one embodies more Lily. Vincent overwhelmed. Patience finish trust become deserve done want discuss permanent. Tears. Leaving us. Gentle. Us chance never thought. Understand danger precautions guarantee safety. Here home worry target. Grimly. Weak increased security noticed Enzo men apartment workplace preschool.
Calm.
Long finished. 2-3 moved assets offshore final complete anywhere Italy, France happy. Terrifying exhilarating. Emma never plain. Softening. Love Italy children treasured you bloom son away David struggle. Tempting clean slate safety Emma. Question. Why me educated sophisticated world struggling waitress past daughter. Quiet fervent. Grabbed hand night not seeing feared just lifeline. Brushed hair. Learned still saw beneath questioned challenged laughed dared. Hand chest heart. Feel human title position threat man rare life? Resonated wanted seen truly. Afraid letting believe dreams shattered. No promise, no challenges never cause pain decisions well-being. Held ring question. Accept promise fighting future. Looked crossroads safe walk away deeper returns struggles navigate. Gazing saw home. Yes extending. Accept promise return believe fighting trust worth risk. Slipped right promise not engagement sapphire spark skin. Raised lips kiss, knuckles wrist pulse bracelet. Lily prayer. Finally months distance touches kissed warm firm cradling tenderness ached. Melted doubts, silenced rightness arms. Parted breathless world darkened reflections stars ocean. Take home. Reluctantly forehead. Emma waiting. Reality complications danger. Determination. 2 months careful. Serious. Rules safe explain drive. Left arm waist glimpse darkness security reminder world fighting leave. Car measures men watching secure phone safe house wrong. Listened shielding dismantled. After wherever then? Found darkness brushing sapphire. Begin legitimate hotels restaurants vineyards comfortable without shoulders. Past finds not cleanly. Tightened. Careful if face together harm building ever. Protectiveness comforted vulnerable David's mercy fighting Emma's solid ground. Reached insisted walking door hallway pulled close kiss, deeper hunger wait. 2 months lifetime. You'll have me vow. Stood living room sapphire gleaming allowed imagine future struggle fear Emma safe cherished pursue abandoned dreams love no conditions bruises. Knock startled thinking returned opened peephole mistake. David hallway flushed anger drink. True spat pushing. Fucking mob. Fear replaced anger. Out home low wake Emma disturbed neighbor. No right. Eyes sapphire contorting. Lose everything daughter reputation rewarded criminals. Hand secure phone grabbed wrist twisting pain. No men watching waited sloppy worth see mother become. Snapped months stronger Vincent's eyes refused cower. Not afraid anymore precise. Twisted breaking grip Enzo taught. Stumbled surprise darkened. Bitch lunging. Door burst Enzo imposing pale, assessing instant behind security. Mr. Cooper trespassing. Froze draining. Doesn't concern between wife. Ex-wife sharply. Ex-wife, repeated apartment under Russo protection aware months. Darted calculating. Russo untouchable people talking own think soft. Chills similar Vincent resistance, leave criminal. Unchanged dangerous. Chance leave peacefully sake daughters. Emma reached way threats. Glanced bedroom conflict. Deserves better, meant me Emma. Better him. Not decide quietly. Leave don't worse. Moment refuse, force hand. Slumped draining. Not over, muttered lacked conviction. A side pass followed associate door. Ensure leaves Marco stay return Russo informed way. Sank couch adrenaline. Checked Emma sleeping unaware. Vincent arrived fury gathered tense checked. Okay, really didn't hurt. Clenched recounted David soft. Changes accelerate timeline. Afraid. Determination. Leave sooner tonight possible.
Stunned.
Emma job things. Essentials properties stay final complete places no one knows. Looked apartment haven fought. Leaving terrifying alternative risking confrontation Emma sleep worse. How long pack? Made. Relief. Our need everything replaceable. Filled suitcase closed toys documents liberation chose bring left step Vincent promised committed dangers. Emma woke dress sleepy. Adventure mommy? Smoothed full love determination. Yes biggest yet. Living room Vincent Italian saw ended lifted Emma willingly head shoulder natural. Ready extended. Took warmth solid. 3 months grabbed desperation imagining lead. Now choice uncertain felt secure known. Ready, sapphire light led apartment beginning. Stepped car Emma sleep between squeezed. Keep safe no matter. Believed depths eyes determination own heart protect found together unexpected love desperation. Lights faded night future neither imagine months ago build together leaving past shadows grabbed stranger escape. Ex not knowing mafia boss found protection security second chance love family happiness wouldn't let slip away.